Gemini, welcome to your weekly reading. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising positions for the week ahead. Keeping in mind that these are general readings and may not resonate for everyone. So make sure to check out your other placements to see if you have messages there. And if you've been interested in receiving a personal reading, I am offering a promotion for the month of May, so if you are interested, it's a good time to get a reading. Have a look at the description below to see that information. All right, let's get started here, Gemini. What is the current energy around Gemini for the week ahead? Let's see. Okay, Star card in reverse. So, Gemini, you may be feeling a little bit of self-doubt about something, a little bit of limit to the potential of an idea or something that you desire, or, something maybe shifted recently in your experience and brought you to a place where you're sort of starting over. And you might be in a place where you're like feeling a little bit of diminished hope or self-doubt around this situation. And it could be because the Star card comes right after the Tower card. So you may have experienced a big shift recently and you're still getting your bearings right now, Gemini. So something big may have changed. You may have moved, you may have changed careers, you may have been in a relationship that ended. Something could have shifted in your experience right now, and you're having a difficult time sort of imagining rebuilding some diminished hope around this. Okay, let's see. What's the obstacle here? What's causing this? What's the obstacle here? Okay, wow. Okay, so wow, some of you did experience the ending of a relationship, or you moved, or both. You may have moved because of a relationship ending. Seeing the Lovers with the Ten of Swords, with the Chariot, and the Two of Swords in reverse. So let's just put that Two of Swords down for a moment. These three cards tell quite an interesting tale. This says to me, you may have made a choice about something and realized that it wasn't what you thought, right? Seeing the Lovers with the Ten of Swords makes me feel like you may have recently been disappointed in love, in a connection you were in. May have been... It could have, been any kind of relationship, but right now I'm sort of feeling like it was an intimate relationship, and some kind of partnership has dissolved in a way that you didn't see coming. And as a result, seeing the Chariot here tells me that this actually has made room for you to expand beyond this situation. But because you're sort of feeling this limited hope, or even despair with the Star card in reverse, you're having a hard time choosing what comes next with that Two of Swords. So there's a situation in your life that has come to an end and has created space for you to move into a new direction, Gemini. And again, this could be in a relationship that was like intimate, or it could be in a partnership. Regardless, it ended in a way that you didn't see coming with that Ten of Swords, and it may have caught you by surprise. And now you're at a place where you're having a hard time sort of imagining what comes next, or where to go next, or what to do next. And I think that's because this was so sudden and it came unexpectedly. Now, seeing the Fool on the bottom of the deck in reverse is a confirmation to me that this happened to make room for you to expand. This happened for you to level up with the Chariot there. This happened to put you on a different track. So this was a redirection, and you're not feeling that energy right now. If anything, it feels like you're like, I was okay where I was. Like, you may not have completely integrated this lesson yet. When I see the Fool in reverse, you're not all gung-ho about your new path yet. You might still be sort of having a hard time getting over what happened in this connection ending. And so seeing the Fool is a confirmation that you are being guided on a new path. You're being guided to take a new direction. You're being guided to pursue something new, but you're not feeling confident about it just yet. I think you're feeling still the maybe the pain of the ending, right? You haven't shifted your perspective to the new beginning just yet. And it feels like once you do, you're going to see how this actually has created a lot of space for you to pursue something that expands you, that levels you up from whatever you were doing before. So interesting. Okay, let's see what's top of mind here. What's top of mind here for Gemini? Ooh. Okay, Gemini, yes, confirmation. There's the Tower. So something did happen to sort of really shift your current energy, right? Something really shifted this. And you haven't fully accepted it yet when I see the Tower in reverse. So it feels like there was an ending, and it feels like with this ending, you're really being guided towards something amazingly transformative with that Page of Cups. But you're overthinking it. You're overthinking it. You haven't accepted this ending. You're overthinking the consequences without seeing how much potential there is here when I see the Page of Cups and the King of Cups. It feels like this is an opportunity that is going to open things up for you in a very dramatic way and expand you in a way that feels like you're going to be outside of the drama. You're going to be floating above the drama, and it's like you're going to be able to see that this was all necessary to get you to a place that is, it just feels like it's more suited for you, or it's in balance with you, or it's in alignment with you. Like the Tower comes in here to shift us away from things that have stagnated, that are not serving us, things that they just don't get us to move forward anymore. You know what I mean? And I feel like seeing the 8 of Swords with that, and we've got the 2 of Swords as well with the 10 of Swords. Like, this is a time where this shift was necessary to make room for something new in the emotional space. And it could be someone new when I see that King of Cups. But, let's not get ahead of ourselves a little bit. It could be, though, right? It could be that there is someone that is sort of more complementary to you, or that King of Cups could represent your energy with that Page of Cups as well. So that really makes me feel like seeing both the Page and the King make me feel like this is going to bring in a lot of emotional stability for you. And it could really bring in someone who's very supportive to you and of you, and brings in this sort of grounded emotional intelligence, someone who is, very kind, and who is got this empathic heart and intellectual ability to see things from a different perspective. And that could also be you, right? Take it as it resonates here. Seeing that come through with the Page of Cups is a confirmation to me that this was all very synchronized to get you to a new place. We saw the Fool, we see the Tower and the Star card. Something wasn't in alignment and it had to go. And its departure is making room for you to have a new experience here, potentially with someone new. Again, Fool on the bottom of the deck, right? This is a new beginning. Let's see what's driving all of this. What's at the root of this? One card, the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So there's this opportunity here for you to grab onto. And again, I think it's in reverse because you haven't quite accepted the ending that needed to happen for this new beginning to have space in your life. So, it's interesting to see the Page, or sorry, not the Page, the Ace of Pentacles in reverse as the driver for this reading, because that tells me there is this new opportunity, and that in order to create a strong foundation for it, you need to do some recovery. You need to heal. You need to recover. You need to accept and recover from whatever happened to make this possible, this new beginning. And that there is something here, a new idea, a new venture, a new relationship, a new beginning that brings in a lot of prosperity and a lot of success. And it's a path that allows you to plan your goals with the intention to see something new happen. You're leveling up. This is a new beginning that serves you. But when we see it in the reverse, again, we need to make a priority of this. We need to establish a foundation that is strong. So that's why the Tower is here, right? It had to obliterate the current foundation so that this could root itself in your energy and have space to do so. So getting a lot of confirmation for everything we're seeing here. Let's have a look at the past energy. What are the past influences? The Empress with the Nine of Swords in reverse. So that tells me that, wow, this started off in a way that you felt really connected to something with that Empress. Like, it's almost like when this whole journey began in the past, it looked very different than it looks now. And even in the past, it started to show you signs that this was going to end. So, the signs were there. The signs were there. And there's no point in sort of dwelling on that. But it tells me that this was out of alignment for a while. And seeing the Empress upright like that tells me that when it began, it had a lot of, you had a lot of sort of hopes and dreams for this to turn into something long lasting, that there was this fertility, there was this nurturing quality, this unconditional love, this sort of profound, it almost felt like a blessing when this first showed up. And then the blessing turned into a nightmare in the Nine of Swords. You know what I mean? Like, this is a moment for you, Gemini, where something that appeared as a blessing revealed itself to be something that actually didn't serve you the way that you expected it to. And and I feel like seeing the Nine of Swords tells us that it's like a blessing that turned into a nightmare. And you're still recovering from this. You're still in recovery from this. And seeing the Four of Wands on the bottom of the deck tells me that part of the recovery will be actually being grateful that this ended. Seeing it as a blessing in disguise. And it's not even in disguise. It revealed itself as a nightmare. And so being grateful that it ended is maybe step one, right? Being grateful that it ended is step one. Let's see here. What are the upcoming influences, upcoming energy around this? Wow, a whole bunch of cards, but let's look at them. Yeah, first one that I love is the Nine of Cups. I think you're going to start to see that this was a blessing in disguise and that it was outdated and didn't serve you anymore. Hierophant in reverse can be a time where something outdated or not in alignment with our highest good is revealed. And I feel like that's why that's there. Seeing the Ten of Wands says that you're going to put this burden behind you. You're going to allow this to end and focus on what new beginnings are available to you. But not right now. That might be coming up for you. Seeing the Eight of Pentacles in reverse says that right now you're not able to sort of make an effort towards anything, or you're not feeling like you want to take any sort of risks or move forward on something that, even though it feels like coming up in the future, that new opportunity will allow you to become, again, a master at something. Like, you're leveling up by moving away from this. It's such a blessing that this ended, albeit painful, and it put a lot of pressure on you when, like, as you're trying to recover from it, you're feeling that it's really difficult. It just didn't serve you anymore, and I can see in the future energy here that you're going to get an opportunity to really, really put this behind you, and that you won't feel like you have to carry it on your back for much longer. You might be, in a place where moving forward, you look for shortcuts, right? That Eight of Pentacles can give us that idea of not making an effort or looking for shortcuts. And it might be that moving forward, you really do start to see how hanging on to this doesn't serve you anymore. And you might be looking for any way to let it go. And I think you're going to find that path. You're going to find that path. And Three of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, I think you're going to go through a period where you don't necessarily want to work with other people. You might sort of find yourself going, I'm going to try and look at this by myself, and I want to rebuild the foundation of my situation on my own. Like you might be sort of reluctant to involve others in the future energy. You might be sort of reluctant to involve anyone in this, and it's like you're going to try to rebuild things on your own. And I almost feel like that will serve you, but at some point I feel like you're going to need to come back into collaborating with others, but it might not be right now. Right now it might be better for you to just focus on what serves you. Let's see here. How does Gemini feel about themselves? See themselves? Let's see. Okay. Wow, another bunch of cards. Holy moly. There's so much going on here for you, Gemini. So 4 of Cups in reverse, 6 of Swords in reverse, and the King of Wands in reverse. That tells me that right now, yeah, it's hard. Right now, it's hard to let this go. It's hard to move away from even the limited beliefs around this situation. It might be hard to let go of the memories. You might be feeling emotionally like you've missed out on something, that this was a missed opportunity, as opposed to being set free from something that wasn't serving your highest good. Your confidence might be a bit shattered, seeing that Knight of Rods in reverse, or that King of Wands, in reverse. But we saw that with the Star card as well. So that's confirming to us that this hit your confidence, right? This hit your confidence a bit, and you're maybe having a hard time separating from this experience. It was definitely something that had a major impact on you, Gemini. This had a major impact on you in the past, in the current energy, and it's continuing to have a major impact on your confidence and your ability to feel like the worst is over. Like I think you're still feeling this ending, this ending, and also the clearing of it away from you. The whole thing feels like it's having a big impact on you still. Let's see how your outward reflection is. What are you showing up as outwardly to others right now? Wow. See, Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine are both showing up in the reverse for you. The King of Wands and the Queen of Wands are both in reverse with the 5 of Swords. So other people can see that this had a big impact on you, that it may have felt like a very defeating moment. So I feel like there are people in your life that know about what happened here, and they can see that it's had a major impact on you, on both the feminine and the masculine energy. We have both. All of us have both. And in some cases, one is sort of functioning and one isn't. But in this case, it feels like both have been impacted. And that right now, you're having a hard time to accept. You're having a hard time to open. And you're having a hard time feeling like something's behind you when I see both of these court cards in reverse. It really feels like it's impacted you in the personal power center, your confidence. Your solar plex chakra may be bothering you. You might be experiencing some physical symptoms like indigestion or stomach issues, acid reflux. You might be really feeling a lot of moments that feel like despair, despair, depression, feeling really misunderstood, feeling like your confidence and your passions are waning. It's hard for you to let go of what other people think. You might be really needing some compassion here, some self-compassion and some patience to relight your flame. This blew out your candle, you know what I mean? Like, seeing the 5 of Swords here also is confirmation that it's clear that you're not able to let go of a past trauma, and that there is grieving here and disappointment here and betrayal and, a broken heart, and really feeling like this happened unexpectedly. Even though there were signs in the past, it feels like there was a conflict that left you feeling an incredible amount of loss, It really hollowed out your confidence. And right now, it's important to understand that certain things happen to teach us where we don't belong. And that's what this feels like to me. The bottom of the deck is the Knight of Cups. So I can't help but think that there's a brighter path for you awaiting you right now. We saw the Chariot in the beginning of the reading. We saw the Star card, the Lovers, that Page of Cups and the King of Cups. Like, you're moving towards something that's Nine of Cups level of fulfillment here, my friends. And are you moving away from a big loss? Yes. Is it painful? Absolutely. Has it hit your confidence? 100%. But can you rebuild? Yes. I really feel like there's a lot of rebuilding here, and it's leveling you up. You're actually getting into alignment with a higher path. Hopes and fears. Oh boy, so many cards for you. Yeah, hopes and fears. You see, we got the King of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Strength card in reverse. So yes, your confidence is low. That's part of the fear. Your mind needs recovery. Your whole body, your whole system needs to recover after this occurrence, so that you can rebuild that confidence. And there's the King of Swords, the ultimate in confidence, the ultimate in, the ability to reframe situations. And that is a big hope, I think, for you, is that you'll be able to reframe this so that you're not so focused on it being a loss, that you're able to see that this actually redirected you towards a higher path, and that, calling this a blessing in disguise just doesn't seem enough. It just feels like something turned into a nightmare so that you would get as far away from it as possible. And right now, you're needing to recover, rebuild your confidence, and see this from a different perspective. And I think you're going to be able to. Let's see here what the outcome is for Gemini. What's the outcome here for Gemini? Potential outcome here for Gemini. We've got that lovely new beginning. Eight of Wands, green light, fast moving positive news, fast moving shifting energy. Like you really have this interesting reading here that is showing me something had to go in order for you to level up. And you, I think, had signs of it in the past, but it still caught you off guard enough that now you feel like things have sort of diminished around you. But man, oh man, these are the rockets of desire, as Esther Hicks would say, or the Cupid's arrows, right? Like, this is a green light of really fast moving energy that is projecting you onto a new path. And in order to get there, this had to end. Right? This had to end. Bottom of the deck is the King of Pentacles. So I really feel like you're being moved towards a very prosperous and abundant path where you're going to really feel that confidence return. The confidence will return. And I feel like you're going to feel so connected to this new path because, oh wow, look at that. As I part this deck to pull a card for you, we see soulmates and not for you. So, that's really confirmation that for some of you, this was a devastating relationship that had to end because it wasn't for you, Gemini. It just wasn't serving you at all. And it turned into a nightmare in the past even. So very interesting. I almost just feel like taking these two cards for you to confirm that. And as I pull those out, we see regeneration and all that glitters, which tells me that this was all so surface level and that you're coming back to life from this experience, Gemini. You've just, you just might need time to recover. You need time to recover from all of this and to see it from a different perspective. This was redirecting you away from something that had to go. I'm going to leave it at that for you, Gemini. What an interesting reading. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading, and I'm looking forward to reading for you again soon, my friends. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm sending you so much love. Take care.